If you don't know where to put your nasty cast net once you finish catching bait, you don't have space on top, but you're reluctant to put it inside because it's going to stink everything up, then I've got the solution for you. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, we cover kayak modifications, spin, and fly fishing. So poke that subscribe button so you don't miss anything.
Back before I bought this Kooza FD, I had a native ultimate that was 14 feet long and had a huge amount of interior deck space where I could put pretty much anything. I could haul most of the Bass Pro Shops with me. So when I was done catching bait with my net, I just throw it in one of these shoebox things and put it behind me and not even think about it. Well, this Kooza is only about 14.5 feet long, and there's not that much space on top where I can put this thing that's not going to compete with other things that I'm going to want to get at all the time. Let me show you. So here's my Kooza. You can see I've built a kayak cart. Greg Jackson, one of my subscribers, motivated me to do this, and it makes loading and unloading a lot easier. But here's the problem. I've got a closed forward storage compartment. I've got the room between my feet, and then I've got this compartment in the back, and that's where I'm going to want to keep my bait bucket and, I don't know, maybe something else. So where's my cast net going to go? If I go with the same shoebox that I used on my other one, look how much room that it takes up here. So that got me thinking about my rear compartment. Let's check it out. The rear compartment opens up, and it's got this nice space in here that's the perfect size for dumping this net in. But as you know, once you've thrown a net, it's pretty nasty. It's full of smell and stuff like that, and I don't want the drips getting inside my kayak because they're just going to stink forever. So I got to thinking, I need to have something like that shoebox that's going to fit in here, suck up any water that drips off, and is removable so I can clean it out. I'd like to keep the inside of my kayak as pristine as possible for as long as possible. So, when presented with a problem like that, what's your first thought? Mine is a dollar store, so that's where I went. Sure enough, they had this little trash can for $1, but when I stick it in here, as you can see, it goes all the way in, and it's going to kind of wobble around on the inside. And I don't want that to happen because eventually it would probably tip over, and if there's any water in here, then that's going to get inside my kayak. So I had to upgrade my shopping source. I went to the Family Dollar, which isn't really a dollar store, but they got cheap stuff. For $3.15, I got this taller trash can, and look, it'll stick down in there, and it's tall enough to be above the seal, which is perfect, because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Sharpie and I'm going to trace around, and then I'm going to cut this trash can off on that line. And that way it's going to sit down in here perfectly fit where it won't get in the way of my hatch when I close it. So let me do that, and let's see if this is a good idea or not. It's kind of awkward cutting this, so what I like to do is just cut out a little section, bend that back, get that cut off, and now I can get the scissors in here to cut along the line. Now I fully expect to have to trim this down just a little bit more because I'd kind of like to have it maybe a little below the seal, but I want to have it fit tight, so I want to see how this works first. I'm still fine-tuning this, and I got black marks all over this, so I'm switching to a green Sharpie to put the final marks on where I need to trim. All done, and boy, is this going to fit perfectly. Check this out. It's going to go in there. Be nice and tight. I can close this up, and I've still got the watertight seal on this hat. Now I've got room for my camera gear, a bait bucket, my cold bag for when I actually get lucky and catch a fish. I can pack the ice in there. I'm optimizing my tackle to be underneath the seat in these two Plano boxes. So we'll see how that goes, because if you've watched any of my videos from previous seasons, you know that I take far too much stuff with me. So, what do you think of that idea? I think that's going to keep my inside of the kayak just pristine, and I've got a convenient place to throw that cast net. Any ideas? Throw them down below. I'd appreciate it. Thanks.